Coming up, we'll find out how Troy Athletics plans to increase attendance.
Plus, how students are investing in their community. Stay tuned. TrojanVision Nightly News starts now.
From the high-definition digital production center on the Troy campus, with news from Troy University locations around the world, this is TrojanVision Nightly News.
Hello and welcome to TrojanVision Nightly News for August 21st, 2013. I'm Christina Cook.
And I'm Judson Garner. Thanks for joining us this evening. Well, Troy University Student Government Association held its first official meeting for the fall semester. The SGA president's goal is to increase student involvement, and he's already hit the ground running. A new face and a new objective.
Last year's focus was on governmental affairs, but now for me, my focus coming from a VPCA background, getting students engaged. We're here to serve you, and so that whole idea of just making sure that communication line's open, so we'll really be working to make sure that every student's voice is heard here in Trojan Center 119.
At its first meeting Tuesday night, SGA President Farrell spoke about plans for new events.
4 hours the night before a football game, we'll have essentially concerts for students. We'll also have a rock wall, a mechanical bull, people to put Troy little face tattoos on you.
For these events, the SGA will partner with the University Activities Committee. The goal is to promote game attendance. With this new focus, what will come of last year's efforts to build relations with local and state government, such as the Governmental Affairs Council?
Previous President Will Thompson will be serving as a chairman for that committee.
Last February, Farrell said that he wanted to increase student attendance at Troy athletic events once he took office. Yesterday evening, a program designed to do that was confirmed.
TAP, the Trojan Affinity Program.
This is a point system for students. Points can equal prizes, the top prize, tuition for a semester.
I think it's really important because students chose Troy. They didn't choose another campus, they chose to be a Trojan.
And Danielle Percival will have more information coming up on the new Affinity program, and she'll be joining us in sports.
And with so many back-to-school events happening, the National Panhellenic Council gave students a chance to give back to the community of Troy yesterday during their day of service. With each new school year comes opportunities to meet new people, join clubs, and become acquainted with the campus. And one organization also decided to give students a chance to give back to the community during the back-to-school blitz.
We have a community service day for NPAC. We came out to the local elementary school, and we are just playing with the kids, playing kickball, and having a little fun with the kids.
The National Panhellenic Council provided students a chance to give back to the community. And it seems some of the volunteers were happy they came to help out, even with the severe weather in the area.
I think it's more of us enjoying ourselves more than the kids are. Everyone is just basically really just having a good time. Even though the weather is really, really bad, it's very surprising to me that this many people came out to volunteer.
Regardless of the weather, that's something you could avoid. I mean, the inclement weather most definitely wasn't a factor in us coming. We just wanted to come and give back to the community.
When you make a commitment to help someone out, you got to stick to it, and so the weather shouldn't deter you, especially making an impact in the community that you go to school at.
In addition to Troy Elementary School, volunteers helped out at Noble Manor and the Boys and Girls Club. And some volunteers explained that this is an experience they will never forget.
Actually, like back at high school, I used to do it all the time. Kind of addicted to it, sounds weird, but I love helping out, so I'm really excited to be here right now.
I would most definitely volunteer. I love dealing with kids, and I love just seeing them happy and giving back to children, because I know when I was a child, I loved being involved with volunteering and having fun.
I'm really enjoying myself, and as a senior at Troy University, this is really warming my heart, and this is what I love to do. This is my passion.
Convocation will be MPHC's next event, held Thursday in the Trojan Center ballrooms at 7 o'clock p.m. Well, Judson, there are times when school can be a pretty stressful place.
That's right, Christina. And with classes come exams and concerns over grades, the stress can start building up. Well, one Troy organization was trying to help students eliminate that stress. Amanda Ford has the story.
With it only being the second week of school, Troy students may already be experiencing stress, but the SAFE project is giving students some helpful tips.
We are out on the quad today from 10 to 2 giving out some free tips on how to stay stress-free, reduce some of that stress that students are going to be feeling this semester, especially freshmen right now are very overwhelmed. We want students to remember to keep a positive attitude and really create some time management skills.
The SAFE project is giving students a wide variety of tips to make them successful.
Keeping a positive attitude can really help you reduce some of that stress, especially if you're doing things outside of class and work that make you happy, like exercising or hanging out with your friends. That can definitely reduce some of your stress.
So what kind of things make students stressed?
Tests, like the normal stuff, obviously. Dealing with different social issues that are different from high school. I mean, obviously everybody's grown up.
Deadlines. But you have to just be able to stay focused and stay on task, keep up with your work and try to do everything before it's due.
Financial aid.
Wondering if I study enough, getting to class on time. Those are two of the main things that stress me out.
Many students have their own way to relieve stress.
One of the major things that I did was buy a planner, and I write down absolutely everything that I do, and that seemed to help a lot.
When I wake up in the morning, I eat a breakfast. Sometimes I do yoga or work out.
I like to go run in the afternoons, kind of release some stress as well, is get that afternoon nap in.
Amanda Ford, Troy, TrojanVision News.
And the SAVE Project will be back on the quad tomorrow from 10 to 2 p.m. with more stress-free tips.
And now taking a look at news from around the state. In Prattville, police say 2 teenagers were found dead inside a home. Despite earlier reports, the cause of the deaths has not been released. Police say the mother of one of the young men came home Tuesday night to find the body of her son and another young man. Both victims were 19. No names have been released.
In Dothan, a woman is charged with showing pornography to a child as a lesson in sexual education. 40-year-old Rebecca Pauline Williams is charged with a misdemeanor count of distributing pornography to a minor.
And in Birmingham, authorities say the founder of a popular Alabama youth ministry who faces charges of impersonating a police officer has been taken into custody after they say he led police on a foot chase. 30-year-old Larry Matthew Pitt is the founder of The Basement, a service that draws thousands of young people in Birmingham.
And still to come on TrojanVision Nightly News, the Trojan soccer team saw a little preseason action on Tuesday. Danielle Percival will have the details of that coming up in sports.
But first, the man responsible for the largest release of classified documents in U.S. history gets sentenced. We will have the details coming up.
The Army private responsible for a massive leak of U.S. secrets is sentenced.
The path of my life, the way it took me, there was detours and things that had to be done, but I never lost the passion. I decided to continue my education and decided to do it here at Troy. But I've had a great support system with my teachers and my advisors, and I'll be forever grateful to them for that.
On campus or online, Troy offers you an extraordinary education and a culture of caring. Troy University. It's all you need to know.
My name is Deborah, and I choose Troy every day.
Coming home can be hard if you're a veteran of Iraq or Afghanistan. You may feel like you're all alone, but you're not alone. At IAVA.org, your fellow vets are all around you. Join our free online community, get the resources you need, and connect to other vets who know where you're coming from. IAVA.org. We've got your back.
From the high-definition digital production studios of Troy University, you're watching the award-winning TrojanVision Nightly News.
And now for a look at what's happening across the nation and around the world, we'll go to Christina Cook at the Global News Desk. Christina?
Thanks, Judson. Army Private Bradley Manning faces the next 3 decades behind bars for the largest release of classified documents in military history. Prosecutors were looking for a sentence twice as long, and his defense team is launching a new push to get him released. Tara Mergener has the latest from Fort Meade, Maryland.
Courtroom and stood at attention as the judge sentenced the former Army intelligence analyst to 35 years in prison for leaking hundreds of thousands of classified documents. Along with the sentence, he'll be dishonorably discharged and forfeit all pay and benefits. Defense lawyers pushed for a reduced sentence, claiming Manning suffered from emotional distress and struggled with gender identity issues. Now they're calling on President Obama to step in.
The time for our president to pardon PSC Manning is now.
Manning gave more than 700,000 documents to the anti-secrecy website WikiLeaks, along with this 2007 video showing an Apache helicopter firing in an incident that killed civilians in Baghdad.
Prosecutors pushed for 60 years, a sentence they said would discourage other soldiers from releasing classified information. Manning will get credit for the time he's already served and could be eligible for parole in 7 years.
A handful of Manning supporters gathered outside Fort Meade saying he was doing what he thought was best for the country.
He wanted people to know the truth, because without the truth, you can't make informed decisions as a public.
Manning was convicted of 20 offenses, but not the most serious charge of aiding the enemy, which could have meant a life sentence. Tara Mergener for CBS News, Fort Meade, Maryland.
The UN Security Council scheduled emergency meetings on the latest allegations of chemical weapon use in Syria. Opposition groups claim military forces killed anywhere from 100 to more than 1,000 people in a poison gas attack and shelling near Damascus. The Syrian government denies the allegations. Tina Kraus has the latest from London.
Syrian rebels posted these videos to YouTube showing what they claim are the victims of a poisonous gas attack. They say President Bashar Assad's troops killed hundreds of civilians, including many children, in an artillery and rocket attack in the suburbs of Damascus.
These chemical weapons were used and were carried out using ballistic missiles. Only the regime has that capability, has the willingness to use them against innocent civilians.
A Syrian military spokesman denied the use of chemical weapons, calling the claims absolutely baseless. CBS cannot independently verify the video, which shows pale, lifeless bodies with no visible injuries. The Obama administration is joining the calls for an investigation.
The use of chemical weapons is something that the United States finds totally deplorable and completely unacceptable.
The attack coincided with a visit from a United Nations team in Syria to investigate prior allegations of chemical weapons attacks.
If verified, this would be a shocking escalation of the use of chemical weapons in Syria. We are determined the people responsible will one day be held to account.
The head of the UN team wants to look into Wednesday's alleged attack, but the Syrian government would need to agree, and there's no guarantee it would. Tina Kraus, CBS News.
Police released new details about the 20-year-old man accused of opening fire with an assault rifle at an elementary school near Atlanta yesterday. Nobody was hurt, and the suspect is in custody. Jerika Duncan has the latest details from New York.
Police in DeKalb County, Georgia, released a photo found on school shooting suspect Michael Brandon Hill's cell phone. They say Hill snapped a self-portrait holding the AK-47 assault rifle he used to attack an elementary school outside Atlanta yesterday.
Was the potential there to have another Sandy Hook? Absolutely. He came there to do one of two things, either do harm to those children and or any first responders.
More than 800 students from McNair Elementary School in Decatur returned to classes at a nearby high school the day after Hill terrorized their school. Grief counselors were on hand to help students and teachers. Hill is expected to be in court Thursday, where he will be formally charged.
He had approximately 2 magazines and 498 rounds, approximately 500 rounds of ammo.
The school secretary, who talked Hill into putting down his guns and surrendering, says he told her he didn't take his medication. Police are trying to figure out why Hill entered the school with the gun. They say he fired first at the ground and then blasted several shots at police, who fired back. Nobody was hurt.
He obtained the weapon, we believe, from an acquaintance.
Hill faces several charges, including assault, terroristic threats, and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. Jerika Duncan, CBS News.
And that wraps things up from the Global News Desk. Now, back to you, Judson.
Thanks a lot, Christina. Now, Danielle Percival joins us for a look at sports. So, Danielle, we talked a little earlier about the new affinity program, and I understand you have some more information on that.
That's right. I had the opportunity to speak with Director of Athletics John Hartwell, and we've got a full story on it coming up right now.
All right.
For Troy University students, going to athletic events is another way to get involved on campus, but now students will be rewarded for their attendance in the stands.
Perkins
At sporting events, the atmosphere is based on the crowd, and the student body plays a large part in supporting athletics on campus. Now, thanks to the work of the Student Government Association and the athletic department, students will be rewarded for attending athletic events through the Troy Student Affinity Program.
It was really the culmination of about a 6-month process to get it launched for our first athletic events this fall.
In my campaign in February, we spoke about how we're going to swipe into games and in turn get rewarded for going to athletic events.
Students will swipe their student IDs at events in order to build up points in the system, and more points mean better rewards.
We'll be giving away prizes that range from Troy hats, Troy t-shirts to a tuition scholarship provided by athletics. And so we're really excited about that. It's a great partnership and it's something new and fresh.
We hope the product on the field of play or the court or whatever athletic event they come to is enough to bring them back, but we certainly wanted to engage them.
There will be a prorated system this year with each team's games or matches earning a certain point value. Hartwell says that is in order to encourage attendance at all sporting events.
One of the other primary purposes of the affinity program is to drive attendance at our Olympic sports too, to help folks who may not have come out to a soccer game before, or a volleyball match or a tennis match. To come out to those.
Troy University is not the first school to use this type of system, but Hartwell says this is another step toward becoming a higher level program.
You look at the programs that have done it, most folks at the BCS level have done it, and certainly as we continue to aspire every day to grow our athletic program and certainly strive for those types of levels, we want to do things in a first-class manner like that too.
The affinity program is in effect immediately, and next weekend students have the opportunity to start earning points with soccer, cross country, and football all in action on campus. And those students weren't earning points just yet. A good crowd attended the soccer team's only exhibition of the fall yesterday afternoon. The team squared off against the Warhawks of Auburn Montgomery. Not only was it their first time challenging an opponent, but it was also their first time playing on the lower practice fields near Trojan Arena. It was a close game, but AUM won 1-0 against the Trojans, and though it wasn't a picture-perfect outing, head coach Chris Bentley said he learned a lot about his team.
Unfortunately, the one chance that they got, they scored on. So, those are things that happen. When it comes to results right now, it's a little bit irrelevant for us. I think we were trying to get an idea of what we could do better. Today, the big one we need to do better is just midfield defending. We're too disconnected from the front line of the bat line, and as a result, our midfielders run around all over the place, and that's something we can fix very easily.
The soccer team is now just 2 days away from the start of the regular season. They will be taking on another Montgomery team, this time Alabama State, on the road in the capital city, with first kick at 7 p.m. And among the southern population, few things are more popular than football, and we're just 10 days away from the Trojans' season opener against UAB. Not that anyone's really counting, but if you're curious, it's 10 days, about 42 minutes and 38 seconds until Troy begins the season against the Blazers. The Trojans have been scouting UAB all summer, and it's never too early to start previewing the first opponent. So what does head coach Larry Blakeney think about the matchup?
We're getting ready to win, and I'm sure they are preparing in the same fashion up there, and I would predict it to be another heck of a ball game. We just got to try to get ready to play 4 quarters of football our way.
The team will hit the field for the first game of the season next weekend against the UAB Blazers. So Judson, Christina, the official start of fall athletics will be on Friday afternoon as the soccer team will be heading to Montgomery to take on Alabama State. So best of luck to them in getting things started, hopefully the right way.
Okay, and when the soccer team comes home next week, I understand that's the official start of the affinity program?
That's right. Next weekend is a jam-packed weekend with lots of action here on campus, so students will have the opportunity to go ahead and start racking up those points to start earning those rewards.
All right. Looking forward to it. Thanks a lot, Danielle.
Thanks so much, Danielle.
And still to come on TrojanVision Nightly News, volunteer opportunities. If you're looking for them, we've got them. In today's Trojan Talk, stay with us.
But first, a hot and humid day today. What should we prepare for tomorrow, Jamarlo?
Well, Christina, we may need to pull those umbrellas out in just a matter of hours, but I'll give you more coming up next in weather.
Today, we gather to recognize the selfless decision of one of the most influential women of our time. The woman who, after having one too many drinks, chose not to drive home buzzed. Here today to honor Rachel is the family whose lives she spared.
Do you like this top? It's so gay. Really? Yeah, it's totally gay.
You know, you really shouldn't say that.
Say what?
Well, say that something's gay when you mean it's bad. It's insulting. What if every time something was bad, everybody said, "Oh, that's so girl wearing a skirt as a top"?
Oh, you are.
Those are cute jeans, though. When you say that's so gay, do you realize what you say? Knock it off.
From the high-definition digital production studios of Troy University, you're watching the award-winning TrojanVision Nightly News.
And now Jamarlo Phillips joins us for a look at our weather.
Well, Jamarlo, you know, it seems like we did experience a day without any rain, which I'm pretty sure a lot of the students were excited. I saw a lot of students walking on the quad back and forth to class, but it was pretty humid, so I kind of have a feeling that we're going to get some rain.
Yeah, we may be experiencing some few showers in the next 48 hours, so we may need to pull those umbrellas back out and, you know, gear up for these showers that are about to come through. But I'll get some weather right now. But first, let's take a look at our tower cam. Let's take a look across the North Quad. We can see that today has been, like Christina said, a very humid day, cloudy skies. We may be experiencing rain, like I said before, in the next 48 hours. Going into our current conditions, we can see that right now, our skies are sunny right now. Temperature coming in at 88 degrees. Dew point at 71. Humidity at 56%. Barometer reading 30.1 inches and going steady with our winds coming from the east at about 7 miles per hour. Taking a look at today's stats. Today we were able to see a high of 89 degrees, a low of 70. There was no rain in our area for today. Sun rose this morning at 6:12 a.m. and will set this evening at 7:20 p.m. Taking a look at our temperatures from around the state, we can see that we're experiencing some rather warm temperatures right now. Mobile sitting down here at mostly cloudy skies, 83 degrees. Huntsville, 84. Birmingham, 83. Montgomery and Troy, both with sunny skies, 88 in Montgomery and 89 in Troy. Phoenix City, 84, and in Dothan being the highest across the state right now at 90 degrees. Taking a look at our current temperatures across the United States, we can definitely tell that those summer temperatures are still here, and if they're here to stay, I'm not sure. But as we go into our current temperatures across the southeast right here, we can see that in Birmingham's 87 degrees, Mobile's at 88, and as we go down to the Florida area, the Panhandle, Miami 88, Tampa 81, and even in the Texas area is still experiencing some very warm, hot temperatures, 95, 94, even 96 in Austin. Taking a look at our current surface map across the United States, we can see that we have a few high pressure systems, but as we take a closer look into our area, we can see that we have a stationary front going just right across Birmingham, leaving behind a few patches of rain and showers. So we definitely may be seeing showers in the next maybe in the next few hours. Taking a closer look into our precipitation forecast for the next 48 hours, we are expected to see about a ½ inch of rain. So if you are planning on getting out tomorrow, make sure that you keep an umbrella on your back seat. As we go into Thursday's forecast, Thursday we'll be seeing an increase in rain, maybe about a ½ inch or maybe even up to an inch of rain on Thursday. And as we go into Friday, that rain will begin to stay, but it'll try to move out of our area, but we may be experiencing maybe a few showers here and there on Friday. As we go into Saturday, that rain chance will increase again, maybe about an inch of rain on Saturday, as well as portions of Georgia and Mississippi, and just the whole state of Florida will be experiencing rain on Saturday. Going into Sunday's forecast, that rain will begin to push out, and hopefully by Monday we'll be back to some sunny and clear skies. Taking a look at tonight's forecast, tonight isolated thunderstorms, partly cloudy after midnight with a low of 70 degrees. As we go into tomorrow's forecast, tomorrow we will be experiencing some scattered showers and thunderstorms. There will be a 40% chance of rain with a high of 88 degrees. Going into our 4-day forecast, taking a look at Thursday, scattered showers, a 40% chance of scattered showers, that is. Friday, a 30% chance. Saturday, a 30% chance, but those warm temperatures are here to stay. So Christina, Judson, we are expected to see some scattered showers as we go on throughout the week, so we definitely need to be prepared for that.
Well, I think we're pretty used to the weather right now.
Yeah, the rain is here to stay.
Yes,
right.
Yes.
Thanks so much, Judson.
Thank you.
Thanks.